Welcome back to Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon, where I accidentally spent 2 hours in one video going around talking to people. There's some charming character writing. There's a jail. Right, there's someone in there kind of unjustly. I really need to stop immediately hitting E, because I need to stop and look if I'm stealing now that I'm within the fortress walls. Some of it feels a little arbitrary, but here's a blacksmith. By, like, your happenstance.
Boy, friend, a question. Do you know why people always stop and watch a blacksmith at work? Because he's riveting. It's good to see a new face in this sad hole. Oh, of course. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Osbert, local master of hammers and anvils. Do you need your blade sharpened?
Do you have any work?
Friend, I wish. But the only task I could use help with might be a bit too delicate for you to handle. Unless you're a master goldsmith, then feel free to prove it, and I'll have work for you immediately. There's just not enough of them to go around. And now that we're on lockdown, there's not much demand for my services either.
Must be something I can help with.
Listen, I said I don't have any jobs, as in things I pay you for doing. That doesn't mean I can't teach you a thing or two. If you're willing to learn, that is.
Sure.
Since you're free to wander about while I'm stuck in the keep, maybe we can make good use of that. You've probably bashed in the skull of a beast or two, right? The alchemists. They're likely snatching up the corpses, using the muck to cook their weird concoctions. But perhaps you'd rather craft yourself some armor from those hides, huh? We should start with something simple. Let's see. I'll give you some notes on how to make armor. You gather the materials and get to work. And when you're done, you can bring it over so I can see what you've made.
Right, we've got to make corpse eater armor. Is that the recipe book I already had? Yes. Do I have the stuff for it? Get the grindstone, handcrafting. So I need more leather. Oh, but I can make leather out of scraps. Expected outcome. Garbage. Oh, because I have 10 handcrafting. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a few sets of lockpicks. If I dump in a little extra, and by a little I mean a lot extra, iron ore. Okay, so weak is fine. It doesn't actually affect the requirements. Okay. Then I need 4 leather. Means of creation, craft 10 items. Chunk in a bunch more iron ore. A few more of the drowner brains. Okay. That got my handcrafting up to 12. 13 even. I made the armor based on your notes.
Well, now, that's not half bad. Not half bad at all. Solid work, and you didn't skimp on the details. You've nailed the basics. So how about we try something a bit fancier, huh?
I need a warm coat.
It's for Dan, isn't it? That ungrateful bastard's still on the wall.
He told me about your disagreement.
Disagreement? Sure, you could call it that, and I guess I might have overreacted a bit. But since Dan is on the wall and I'm here, I couldn't tell him that I get it. The prank and all. And I forgave him a long time ago. And now that I think about it, it was a hell of a prank.
So, you're not actually mad?
Well, he was right. I am old, but inefficient stung a little bit. After all, I did my job well, and his sword is as sharp as Excalibur itself.
Oh, that's good to hear. About the coat, though.
I may not be angry with him anymore, but that doesn't mean I'll work my ass off so that his doesn't freeze. Here's an explanation of how to make it. Feel free to help him out yourself.
Fair enough. What's in your shop? Presumably art of making arrows. Okay. Never know when I might need to. Adventures of the Swan Knight lets me make the knight set. How to forge iron without making a fool of yourself. Volumes 1 and 2. We have some flame resin. I gotta remember to equip that, honestly. Fire arrows and a wooden shield with the effect of gain 5% damage for 5 seconds on block. Also sell a lot of copper and iron. Also sell sharpening stones, used as a base resource for upgrading equipment. Interesting. Anything I want to sell him? So I can sell a few of these. And I'm not hurting for money, actually. Festering gear and the warm coat. Let's start with the warm coat. Grants an additional optimal dash. So that needs 2 wolf pelts and 2 leathers. And that is just guaranteed to craft. The Festering helm is made from blood clots. So for 10 leather total. Process what I can here. Oh, I have the 10% chance to save. That's profiting a bunch. Okay. So if I hit attach relic, what does that... So if I click here. Costs 500 gold to add a relic slot. Which I assume that's like socketing gems. If I go into upgrade instead, I click on, let's say, where is my dagger? So +1 dagger, which will actually boost its damage. Costs iron ore and a sharpening stone. I'll hold off for now. Go hand in this coat while I'm thinking about it. These are pretty organic crafting tutorials as well. Between getting the guy his coat and making the toothache serum. No, that's well. Let me just mark. Track the warmest coat. Over there. One nice thing about playing first-person games is, like, you can be pretty expressive with your gesticulating. I'll say now, I don't expect 100% this game, necessarily. Just because a game like this is going to be pretty friggin' huge. But I'll try and hit, like, major beats that I come across. Having the Elder Scrolls type skills add to your traditional XP bar a little bit is a really nice touch. Here's your coat.
Oh, thank you, friend. Let me repay your kindness. Even though I don't have much, I can at least tell you about something I saw a little while ago. It might be interesting for an adventurer like you. See those rocks near the shore? When it gets dark, sometimes I see a light there. I'm no sure what it could be, though. A bandit camp this close to the horns? Impossible. The Daliata? No way. They wouldn't hide like that. Maybe something else entirely? It's probably nothing, but maybe you could find something interesting or valuable there.
Thanks.
Farewell.
So he's probably telling me about... Yeah, he's telling me about the druid down there. I guess I could also just go buy some leather, but, like, it's so easy to get hides to process into leather. Feels kind of silly to spend my relatively limited money.
Hey, tell me, can you read?
Yeah? What?
Listen, I'm no good with words. Could you read me a letter from my sister? She's learning how to read and write. Can you believe it? She writes letters to me. I'm so proud of her.
Sure, I'll read it for you.
Thanks. Here's the letter.
Yeah, of course he's not going to ask his coworkers to read a letter from his family. Brother, it ain't good news, sorry. If you read Priest's game, they wanted to take Mum and some other folks because of the plague. Our dad and some other man did not agree. There was a fight, and Father got killed. Now I'm taking care of Mom. She's feeling more and more weak. Don't know if the priests are going to come back or what. It's hard, but she asked me to send her love and tell you to keep going and do good things, because that's the most important thing. It's me, Enid, and praying for you.
And what did it say? Everyone's healthy?
I'm afraid not.
No, you must have misunderstood something. What do I do now? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I should go back to him, right?
You would get caught, accused of desertion, and killed.
I guess that's true. Yes. Excuse me. I need to be alone.
I'm not going to lie to him and tell him it's a good idea. So many cooking ingredients. So many of them I can just take for some reason. Maybe it's because I've been doing a couple of the side quests around here. Okay, what else do I have that is simple enough to do? To do the ritual. Deliver flowers to Beatrice. Tavern. Okay. So let's go ahead and track that so I can deliver the flowers. That's not leading there. Is that up there? Once again, kind of weird that I can just take all of those supplies. Where is that? Oh, that's over in, like, the towers. Okay. Well, I guess I will pop up there. Like I said, I am recording these in batches. I'll probably start recording these again on Wednesday, and I'll take only get all 5 for the week. So, if I miss something notable, give me a nudge of where to find it. Not, like, what it is, necessarily. Like, hey, talk to so-and-so in such and such place that you've been. I wish there was a way I could dismiss my summons. Alright, what is this? The lighthouse. I don't think I want to mess with the lighthouse. Oh, take the stairs down and over. Well, I guess I'll check out the lighthouse. Sharpening stone. I am hoping a little bit that I start finding, like, mage daggers, because I think of mages as using daggers for melee. Where I think of, like, staves as catalysts. Though there are wands, apparently. Like, there's a perk about getting extra magic damage when I have a wand. A lot of supplies stored in this lighthouse. I guess the Bleeder Rogue is very much a dagger item. Loving Witch Brew. Locks stamina at 100% for 10 seconds. I get it. Got, like, a Dark Souls elevator. Oh. That's what the lever is. Getting athletics up a bit with all this running around. Which makes further running around a little bit quicker. So we can't really complain about that. I will admit, this is a little more town questing than I would like
Stay out of trouble.
all at once. Because I kind of want to go out to dungeons, crack heads, gather loot. There's definitely importance of downtime, but my thinking is more. Oh, that's all the torch bugs. My thinking is more. I think that it would be better served spread out than, hey, you have to do all of these favors if you want to continue the quest and impress the guy. I don't know what this house is. It's kind of, it just stands out, you know? Darog's house.
Oh, mother have mercy. Not another one. If I let you pass, will you promise not to make any trouble?
I mean, trouble seems to find me.
That's just my luck. Take the post, Tiernan, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement, they said. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refugee running around biting people.
Happened to the deck?
The deck? Nah, just old wood. Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But I've got no way to fix it. Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bint started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of?
I can help fix the deck.
You do that? That would be a huge relief. Well, maybe not huge. There are bigger problems, but it'd be a start. Truth be told, I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. No one here even uses boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. Once they get fixated on something, there's no point in arguing. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested, I could teach you a thing or two about home decor. Not exactly standard keeper knowledge, but, well, we all have our secrets.
You're into home decor?
Surprised? Can't blame you. This might sound odd coming from someone stationed in a glorified fish bucket, but I've got a thing for furniture. The only thing more mismatched than the barracks around here is my career choice. But, yeah, I like imagining places where things fit. Where chairs don't wobble, tables don't look like someone hacked them together with a dull axe, and beds, well, beds don't feel like they're plotting your murder while you sleep.
You've guessed.
Not exactly a secret I broadcast. Most folks see me as Tiernan the Grumbler. But, hey, we've all got something that keeps us sane, right? Mine just happens to be daydreaming about nicer chairs.
Let's see. You have a shop? Oh. Wait. I can actually decorate a house? Huh. Not something I guess, again, like, this game is clearly drawing a lot of inspiration from The Witcher 3 in particular. And I know there's, like, a whole side quest in one of the DLCs about running a vineyard.
What do you want? To gawk at the beast? Well, I'll have to disappoint you. My Cole is not the monster you all believe him to be.
Something happened?
So you really don't know? If you're not from here, I'm not sure what could have brought you to this hellhole. But you have my sympathies. Just know that Cole isn't like that. Something is poisoning his mind and soul. I don't know what it is, or why it happened to Cole. But now we're all at the mercy of those damned keepers.
Tell me what happened.
One evening there was a quarrel between our group, the villagers, and one of the keepers. They'd had a bit too much to drink and let some comments slip. They hurled insults at us, saying there's no place for us here, that we should just get the hell out of here because things are hard for everyone. Hard? Sure. I bet that bunch of wimps wouldn't last a week outside. All they do is sit in that keep of theirs, thinking they're the defenders of justice.
Is there a fight?
Well, Cole went mad. I've never seen him like that before. He attacked that keeper and bit him. It was serious, but the keeper survived. If it weren't for the other men from the village, things could have ended very differently. Afterwards, they chained Cole up and locked him in a cage. His condition started to worsen. They said a monster like him doesn't deserve a jail cell. Jail cells are for humans. Bastards.
They didn't kill him on the spot?
Surprising, isn't it? It seems that Quartermaster Fergus banned any kind of vigilante behaviour. And the local healer said he wants to make sure whatever made Cole this way isn't contagious. So as long as that question remains unanswered, we're at a standstill. But honestly, if anything happens to that keeper, I have no doubt Cole will be killed and will be thrown out of the keep.
Did he start feeling worse?
This might sound silly, but before we reached the keep, we came near a strange structure. The locals call it the Arch Spire. In the morning, we realised everyone had a strange dream, but it was a little different for each of us. Cole started acting weird after that, and in time it only got worse.
Did he tell you what his dream was about?
No, only that, well, it didn't make much sense, but he was convinced that something bit him. He kept checking. It must have been some bug. Something changed by the weirdness. That must have caused his fever, his insanity.
Can you describe how the evening went before the night you had that dream?
Well, it was pretty typical. We started a fire and threw some cobwebs into it. Fran brought them back from one of his treks. That boy could always find them somehow. It was our protection from the night and the weirdness. Ellis was on watch that day, but from what he told us, he eventually fell asleep. We were lucky no one slit our throats.
What was your dream about?
I was in a strange place. Dark. Full of fog. Eerie. I was trying to find him. I called out, but no one answered. I was alone in the night, and then I kept falling, and falling, and falling. And then I woke up.
Where was your camp?
We set up camp near the Arch Spire. We hoped that bandits wouldn't dare to venture into a place like that. Well, now I know why we could have been right. With everything that's been happening lately, I'm ready to believe in every strange thing in this world.
Alright, so we've got a couple quests. One of the keepers gave me those flowers, said it was a gesture of solidarity with your group.
What? How dare you? transfiguration.
Not what he wanted to convey, I assume.
Revenge. Revenge, deception, and death. There's nothing nice about it, and I don't know if he did it on purpose or if he's just an idiot. But trust me, it's not a nice gesture.
If I knew what they meant, I wouldn't have given them.
Thank you. For them, you are from nowhere, just like me. That's why I believe you. Take those flowers away, burn them, throw them in a cauldron, whatever. I don't want to look at them. Be careful out there.
Hey, Deacon, you screwed up. Now I have to run all the way back to tell him. I know the quest was marked complete, but this seems like a follow-up thing. Where was Deacon? It's out here, right? No, that's the healer. Oh, we have schedules because it's, like, we have times. Okay. I will have to... Oh, wait. Barrett's right here. Jurgen, Relic, Clan Zone. Off. Well, I guess I can deal with that another time. For the time being, right, I still need to go do repairing the deck. I assume I'm gonna need wood for that. Chop wood. Okay. Another point of athletics. How far am I from a character level? Can I see, like, a number? Attributes. No. I guess I don't get to see a number from my experience. Which is odd, but, you know. Fast travel point to the village. FN, you are a trader. Let me work on the dog first. 50 wood. How much wood did I just chop? 19. Okay. I'm wondering if there's a stash here, but I don't know. You need anything? Okay, so the healer is wanting to work on his situation, or at least understand if it's contagious.
Buy something or bugger off. Unless you've already bought from Orla. Then just bugger off.
Is this about Orle?
I wouldn't mind knowing that myself. She stole a lucrative business contract out from under me and my family, then made herself at home here. Damn those Timberwall merchants. Everyone's always yammering about Timberwall. Timber this, timber that. Bugger them all. Remember, good business, only with Quanacht. Fair prices, no bullshit.
From Quanacht?
Yes, Quanacht. From a merchant family, to be specific. Though I've always wanted to join the Royal Geographers, to chart the uncharted. But I broke my leg, badly enough that I couldn't travel anymore.
Royal Geographers?
You've never heard of them? They're a guild of explorers, dating back to the Age of Legends. They travel across Avalon, documenting all the lost and forgotten places, crawling through hidden caves, discovering old ruins. That's what LSA and I dreamed of, though only one of us got to live it.
What was the most unexpected thing about this place?
The first thing I did when I arrived was ask the locals what this village is called, and they just said, wait for it, the village. There's also a sunken village nearby, so I asked them what that one was called, and they said, the Sunken Village. So I asked what it was called before it was flooded, and they told me, the village. How do you even work with that?
Oh. So you sell some okay food, for health anyway. Tools I've already got. Nothing terribly interesting. I guess I could, like, makeshift use the stash here with buyback, but I only have 15 wood in the stash anyway. Wouldn't help with anything. Okay, so I can't do that just yet. Right, Sigibald wants me to go get some documents back from the tavern. Although, what's this? Wooden Via. Dreaming of owning property by the sea? Welcome to Driftwood Hollow, where the charm is salty, the houses are ventilated, and the views are mostly unobstructed by the collapsing pier. Every home here tells a story, mainly about leaky roofs, creaky floors, and ghosts who might cover your heating bill. Buy now, before those seagulls claim squatters' rights. 20,000 gold. The bounty for bandits is 10 gold a pop. Hello?
Beer from Connacht, wine from Farshire, moonshine, only local, the best there is. And fish, lots and lots of fish. What's your poison?
Some time ago, one of the keepers left some important documents here.
No, I don't recall anything like that.
Said he left them after the last drinking bout.
No, listen, I don't know what's going on, but I doubt any of the keepers had anything important on them. Half of them couldn't tell the quartermaster's seal from a pile of horse dung someone stepped on.
So they should still be at the Stale Tavern.
But that means no. Impossible. What if holy moonshine? I remember Sigibald. It was Sigibald who left those documents behind. I've no idea how you found out about it. Siji. He's dead. Taken by a fever.
I met him. He asked me to get his documents back.
Aye, of course I have. I didn't just throw them in some cabinet. I was afraid they'd fall into the wrong hands. He was a good man. I wouldn't get rid of my only memento of him. Here, after what you said, I assume you'll make good use of them. Even though I'm still not sure what to think about it. Things are getting weirder and weirder in our beloved Avalon.
Tell me more about Sigibald.
Well, he died like he lived, with a tankard in his hand. The boys always said Siji was a friend worth 5 others. And he was. He was a prankster like no other. Once, he slipped a rotten egg into the quartermaster's dinner. Never a dull moment with him, that's for sure.
Thanks. I need to go.
No problem. Listen, if by some miracle you really talked with Sigibald, please, give him my warm regards. I don't understand anything anymore.
Let's see. As expected, food. All health regen, no stamina regen, and alcohol for alchemy. Letter to Sigibald. Sigibald, I never thought there would come a time in my life when I would write this letter. Until now, I believe that all the bad things that happened since you left were caused by your poor decision. I also blamed you for losing Arian. It's funny how things change over time. It seems that I've changed too. I don't even know if this stupid letter will ever reach you. If it does, I'm sorry, and I accept your apologies, Ross.
Who are you? Another refugee? This place is already crawling with your lot. It's like a Camelosian privy after a feast. In my day, you only saw old, familiar faces round here. And maybe we didn't all love each other. But a local is a local. It was easier to share with others, even when you didn't have much.
I'm not a refugee.
That's so. Fine. Whatever you say. But yeah, I could see that you don't really look like one of them. Just pass them through then. Shame it had to be now. Not so long ago, we'd have sat down and had a drink with the rest of the lads. Now I come here alone.
Are you sitting here alone?
I don't know. But you could put something on the table, and then maybe we can talk.
There you go. Give one alcohol. Ale.
Thank you. That's better. We used to come here, the 3 of us. Me, Berg, and Fedley. But lately, something's gotten into Berg, and it all kinda fell apart. Hell knows what happened. One day he just stopped talking to us. We went to his house to get him, but he only cursed a blue streak at us. Say, mate, do you feel like talking to an old obla? I feel bad for him, but I've got no more patience. And Finley. Let's just say Finley's no good at this stuff.
We'll speak with Berg.
Now you're talking. Ever since he got so maudlin, Berg usually sits alone by the sea. Let me know what's wrong with him.
Good quest, drinking buddies. Oh, there's a stash.
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean, not just wiped 3 times with a dirty rag.
Sorry, who are you?
My name is Alyssa Murray, and I'm here with my husband, a very important cloth merchant. But surely you must have heard about our family. Not to brag, but we are rather prominent. I am famed amongst Camelot's courtiers for throwing the most magnificent feasts.
Dress is certainly unique.
Thank you. I designed it myself. I wanted to blend in with the people of the South. The savage tribes, the brave light keepers. I wanted to make an homage to them with my new style, and I do believe I've succeeded. I can feel everyone here gazing at me with awe.
It's been staring because you look ridiculous.
I'm sorry, but I don't take fashion advice from people wearing rags.
What are you doing in the South, then?
Well, my Duncan is here on business, of course. A very important contract with the Light Keepers. I decided to accompany him because I have never been to the South, and I've heard so much about its wild, untamed beauty. So far, it's turned out to be terribly dull. And the smell! It's like stale fish and sweat. Hopefully, I don't have to suffer it much longer. Pray, tell me, do you know anyone here who would run a small errand for me?
You're in luck. I can run errands for a price.
Oh, of course. You know, I've always found talking about money so distasteful. But needs must, I suppose. Don't worry, you'll be handsomely rewarded.
Just tell me what needs to be done.
You see, I've had my eye on this beautiful abandoned estate overlooking the sea. It's not very far from here, but it's far enough away from all this rabble. If we stay here for a while, I need a place for myself. You understand that, right? The problem is that the manor appears to have some occupants, not legal ones, mind you, who need to be evicted. Forcibly, if there's no other way. You'll do it for me, won't you, dear? Splendid! I can't wait to start decorating. Maybe something nautical, to go with the sound of the waves crashing on the cliffs? Or do you think that's a trifle trite?
The one. It's literally called the one. Okay.
Hello, child. You look competent enough. I can see that you're not of noble blood. Oh, no need to tell me that. I've tutored the children of aristocrats from all over Avalon. Fortunately for you, my opinion of them is not particularly high. Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? Or an adventurer?
It's to you.
You can talk. Now, I'm sure we'll get along. My name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest collection of books in this part of Avalon.
Great to meet you. What are you doing here?
Oh, biding my time, until a brave adventurer with a death wish comes along and asks if there's anything they can help me with.
Well, I can help you.
Oh, surprise. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain artifact. So, are you interested, child?
This child needs to know the details first.
I came to the Horns of the South because I found a fascinating book. It referred to a certain object, a figure most likely, which has the ability to dispel the wordness like a menhir can. Apparently, it can be found on the ship called Andraste, which sank over 100 years ago somewhere in this area. However, when I asked those nincompoops about it, they just laughed at me. They said that the Andraste wasn't carrying anything of value, and even if it was, they wouldn't freeze their butts off in those chilly waters.
Tell me about the book.
The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Light Keeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant to Captain Lex. But it's best if you read it yourself. You can read, can't you? But just be very careful. This is a very rare publication. Read it very carefully, and after you're done, come to me, and I'll tell you more. A deal?
Fine. Hand me the book, my lady.
And they say young people don't want to learn anything. Come on, chop, 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 get to reading.
Oh, we're already at 50 minutes. Let's read these recipe books before I forget. The Swan Knight stirs, consciousness returning as he surveys the grim scene. His loyal steed lies lifeless nearby, its golden mane matted with blood, eyes wide and empty. Rising to his feet, the knight declares, "My steed is fallen, my shield shattered, and my armor torn. Yet so long as my sword can be raised, I shall not falter." Blood-curdling, inhuman war cry pierces the forest. The sound chills the air, testing even the bravest heart. "The Picts," thinks the Swan Knight. "They found me." From the shadows, the savages charge. Here is poised to strike. The knight stands firm, unyielding, ready to face them. The first Pict lunges, spear aimed at the knight's heart. He deflects the blow with his blade and strikes true, felling his foe instantly. The second he impales through chest and lung, the blade emerging arms in from the savage's back. The third hides behind a wooden shield, but a mighty swing shatters it and splits the warrior's skull, ending the skirmish in a shower of splinters and blood. Art of Making Arrows, Volume 1. It's absurd, but the Guild of Journeymen insisted I write this for their systematized knowledge. Arrows are made, not written about. Still, here it is, the grand textbook on iron and wooden arrows. Since I'm wasting my time with parchment, let me stress the importance of proper fletching. Correctly sized feathers increase speed, reduce air resistance, and boost penetration, which is essential for a deadlier shot. Heavier arrows require more abundant fletching. Take it from me. Turkey feathers are perfect for any arrow type. An axe is an axe, and a war axe is a war axe. Don't go mixing them up. One's for wood, the other's for people. An axe needs to cut clean so the grain doesn't split the wrong way. A war axe needs to hit hard, sink under the ribs, and not get stuck in the first bit of chainmail it meets. How do you make one? You need good steel, the kind that won't crack from a weak swing. Shape it under the hammer, temper it in fire, then fix it tight to the handle. Because what good is a blade if it flies out of your hands? An axe should be light enough that your arm doesn't tire. A war axe, on the other hand, needs weight. It's the heft that does the work. And if you can't forge a sharp edge yet, start with a mace. No need to worry about cutting angles, hardening, or sharpening. Mace is just a solid chunk of iron. Just make sure the weight is balanced so it doesn't pull to one side. A spear seems like a simple thing, a stick with a point on the end. But if you think all it takes is strapping a bit of iron to a pole, you've got no business being a smith. The spearhead does all the work, so it needs to be forged right. Too thin, it'll bend on the first hit. Too thick, it won't pierce where it needs to go. Temper it wrong, it'll either snap or go blunt. Shape matters too. A broadhead cuts better, an narrow one drives deeper. Some even have barbs to make pulling them out harder, but that's a lesson for later. If you're thinking of making shields, learn to forge the fittings first, the iron that keeps the wood from falling apart. Just don't go overboard. Make metal too heavy, and the warrior won't need an enemy. He'll be fighting his own shield. Then we also have Last Voyage of the Andraste. It was not a good place, especially not for humans. The odd instruments used for God knows what, the signs written in a strange language, and that disturbing figure. To this day, the mere memory of it makes me shiver. I think all of this was, and still maybe is, lurking so close to the horns of the South. If you ask me, they should bury the entrance to that mine and seal it up forever. I tried to convince Captain Lex not to take anything from those accursed chambers, but he wouldn't listen. The four-armed figure didn't look like all that much to me, but I could see how alluring it was to the captain. It reminded me of those strange menhirs I heard about from the inland villagers, only not so impressive in stature. On the captain's orders, we threw the cargo into the hold and steered towards the Isle of the Dead and its asylum. Isle of the Dead, writing these words and reflecting on everything that happened afterwards. I realize now how cruel that name is. I was wrenched from my musings by a roaring sound, almost like a clap of thunder. It knocked me off my feet, flinging me at the mast like a ragdoll. It took me a while to realize that something had hit the bottom of the ship. Something huge. Water flooded the deck. People were running around screaming. Well, at least those who hadn't already been thrown overboard earlier. I had no idea what was happening. Did Nolly ram us into some rocks? Then came another blow, this time port side. That was when I saw her. Every sailor in the South has heard stories about the terror from the deep, and there she was. Her scaly body gleamed before my eyes for only a moment, but it was a sight I'll never forget as long as I live. The ship was sinking, yet I could not stop staring at the spot where I'd seen the sea monster. A moment later, a piece of the mast hit me in the head, and I lost consciousness. To this day, I do not know whether I owe my survival to the will of the gods, a twist of fate, or a whim of the monster. Why me? Was I chosen to tell the story? If so, then that is what I shall do, and I humbly offer my thanks to forces I cannot comprehend for giving me the chance to fulfill this task.
And have you read The Last Voyage of the Andraste?
Yep.
Splendid, splendid. Oh, it's an excellent book, don't you think? Now let's test your reading comprehension. According to Elvis the Lightkeeper, in the mine near the Horns of the South, they found something that they took with them on the ship. Do you remember what that was, child?
The urine of a Void Dweller.
That's right. This is the artifact I'm looking for. One that might be vital to repelling the wordness. According to Elvis's description, the figure is smaller than a menhir, and light enough that they were able to carry it to the ship without any trouble. Were it small, it would probably have been placed in Captain Lex's quarters instead of in the hold. I've estimated it should be about 1 meter tall. Good. Next question. What was the Andraste's destination?
Island Asylum.
Correct. Be very careful with what I'm about to tell you. But some believe that the Red Priests are dedicated to studying the wordness instead of the Red Death. Captain Lex must have thought they'd pay him generously for a four-dweller artifact. Last question. What sank the Andraste?
Sea monster.
Yes, you did well, child. I can see that you were paying attention. According to Elvis, the Andraste was sunk by the legendary terror from the deep. But if you want to know more, ask your keeper friends. They should be much better informed. Now, all you need to do is find the wreck of the Andraste and retrieve the mysterious figure.
Where exactly did she sink?
Oh, if only I knew. It must have happened somewhere on the way between the Horns of the South and the Island Asylum. Oh, but where exactly? Fortunately, I know something that could help us. In the Horns of the South Museum, there are some extremely interesting books and documents lying around and collecting dust. Can you imagine having such treasures at hand and choosing to completely ignore them? Oh, barbarians! Among them, you'll find the Andraste's logbook, which was saved by Elvis. I've read it, of course, but I know nothing about sailing. I'm sure such a competent child as yourself will handle it much better. Go to the Horns of the South Museum, read the logbook, and then tell me whether you managed to locate the wreck of the Andraste.
All right. Well, we have completed some small number of objectives here and acquired many more. It adds up in a way. And I have a feeling next time we're going to continue picking up more objectives than we actually complete.
Oi, Noel! What if I pulled Excalibur from that stone, but it broke?
Oh, and we've got notices. The right shoe is found on the beach. Please pick it up from the tavern. Bring proof you own the left one. I beg you, please don't take everything we own. We may be refugees, but it doesn't mean our belongings for it to take. Herrings of the South fishing records. Warning, unauthorized entry to the castle grounds will be strictly punished. Also, please refrain from bringing any more gifts of bread. The seagulls are already enough of a nuisance. Alright. Next time, I'm going to be talking to more people in the village and hopefully knocking out more objectives. See you then.